All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the Inner Circle Live pre-New York session. I'm your host for this morning's session, Benny Allen, along with my awesome partner, Mr. Ryan Carthage. And we're definitely happy and grateful for all of you being here with us this morning as we take a look at the technicals and the fundamentals to see what we can take advantage of in the Forex market. So without further ado, let's make sure that we turn off any and all distractions, grab a pen and paper, take lots of notes. Let's make sure that we continue to do an amazing job of participating and engaging. So let's get things started early, right? If you're all ready to go, do me a favor. Drop me a huge one in the chat. Let me know you can hear me loud and clear, and we can go ahead and get this session started. All right, I see all the ones coming in. It's holiday time, closing out the year. It has been a great one indeed, right? Hopefully, we've all learned a lot this year in regards to these markets. So let me jump out. Let's go over, take a look at the Forex factory, see what we've got going on for today as things are starting to wind down, right? So here we are on Thursday, December 21st. So for the CAD at 8:30, we've got retail sales numbers coming out. Here in the United States, we got final GDP Q over Q coming out along with unemployment claims. And we got the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index coming out today as well. And then as we take a look at moving on down the line, we've got monetary policy meeting minutes coming out for Japan, right? So that should be quite interesting, right? Doesn't have it highlighted as the yellow folder, but there's been a lot of intrigue in regards to the Bank of Japan and their monetary policy as of late. So I look forward to reading that. And then just moving into Friday, we've got core retail sales for um, the UK to close out. And then we've got CAD GDP and we got PCE numbers coming in for the United States. And then we've got University of Michigan consumer sentiment, right? So it goes on and on and on. Moving over to trading economics, we see European stocks turn lower. Major uh, bourses in Europe were trading slightly lower on Thursday, following declines in the U.S. and Asia, but remain close to 2007 high levels amid profit taking, right? End of the year, profit taking, right? Repatriation, things like that, as traders assess both economic and monetary policy outlook. Autos were among the worst performing sectors. We got UK retail sales worse than expected. That's the CBI report. So the Confederation of British Industries monthly retail sales balance worsened, -32 in December from -11 in the previous month, which was well below market. So we see some constraints there. And then we've got the oil prices, right? We've been playing at 80-20 on oil. Oil prices gained for the fourth session, right? So crude futures edged up to above $80 a barrel on Thursday. Okay, so you got Middle East supply disruptions persisting. So, hey, the fundamentals came in line with what we saw technically on the charts. I still think to this day, after all these years of trading, I think that is still amazing, right? So we hit a key technical level, and then we got some things fundamentally playing in our favor. Um, so, so that's that on the fundamental front. Nice and easy, nothing too major as we look towards the end of the year. As far as the DXY, we'll take a look at it technically. We can see here how we're just ranging. Ranging at a key level, right? Moving sideways. So you can see how we had strong bearish momentum right back down to that key level of support. And now there's some decisions needs to be made. So we've got a good fight going on between the bulls and the bears right now. Right, back and forth. Bulls are control, Bears are control. Today looks like the Bears are winning a little bit as we start today. We'll see what happens as New York opens. If we come down to the 4, we can see where we're at. We're at that 236 level on the fib, but we can see the market making the ABCD waves, right? So we're in that B to C correction phase. Let's see what happens, right? It's struggling at the support level to continue to push lower. So we'll see what happens once it revisits that level. Any questions on the fundamentals, on what's going on with the dollar right now? Any questions in any of those areas? Nope. All right. Pretty clear. Pretty clear. So, things are pretty clean fundamentally across the board right now. So Let's dive into the charts. We'll take a look at some. Well, let me go first to one that I spotted that I've been paying attention to is this pound CAD setup on the 5. Oh, it's moving, guys. It's really, really moving. So, um, here's the 5-minute look. My goodness, this has gotten away. But you can see this one is taking off. So here's our 382 target. This is an old setup here. So this is coming out of the zone. So here's this 382 target here on the 5. This one is moving real nice, even since I saw it. So this is moving pretty fast. So at this point, right, we've come up. We see how we didn't get to that extension. And right here at this daily support at 168.33, we found buyers, right? We're catching bids moving to the upside on this pound cat. So if we get any slowdown in momentum at this point, because it's taking off, we want to look for pullbacks and corrections, right? In this scenario. So this is just, again, just another prime example of how you get really strong reactions in that zone, right? Which is why we trade it. So if we can get any type of pullback on this, we've broken through multiple highs here, right? Swing high, swing high. We've just broken that level. So any type of correction or pullback, see if we can catch a continuation on that. That one's moving. I don't even know if that's gonna correct itself before hitting that D extension. Right. But right out the gate this morning. So like I say, if we can get any type of pullback, maybe another fib forms, then we look to continue to take that to the upside. If we move up through the time frames to get a look, you've got on your 15, here's the swing. Okay. So this one didn't even make it, right? To 80-20 zone on the 15, right? So any pullback and correction, we may continue to see a good upside move on that. Right? That's a B to C move here, pushing up in the zone. Okay. And then this is what we're looking like on the daily. This is where we're getting this reaction. So that's what I'm saying. Hey, pullbacks and continuations, it may even continue through, through that TP1 target, because this is look at this level holding here. Okay. Okay, you can see how prices now come right back to that same zone, and we're catching bids. So there may be some continued upside momentum there on this pound cat. Right. Of course, we don't have a swing low on the daily yet to solidify that double bottom, but we're getting a reaction. We're getting a strong reaction. Any questions on the pound cat? No. All right. So pretty amazing, right? You do your top-down analysis and you find those zones, those key reversal zones, and you get pretty good reactions out of that. I mean, didn't play it off that daily support, but just off that, that's a pretty strong move coming out the gate. 75 pips or so off that low there. But now we're back above that 80-20 zone. So let's see if we can get a slowdown in momentum and a correction and continuation. We're pausing, right? Isn't that amazing? 80-20 one way, 80-20 zone this way. So maybe we do get it to pull back prior to hitting that extension. Right. So that's the pound cat. Okay. So just wanted to make sure we covered that one because I saw that one moving this morning. Want to go up. We'll start at the top, do some quick reviews, and then take a look at any pairs that you guys have in mind. So just blazing through, we know I want to take at this, especially since I see this pound cat moving. I want to look at this Aussie cat situation to see what's going on. Now, so here we are on this 4. This one is still, so we're not getting any movement there on the 4. But this one still has not gotten to TP1. We're hovering close to that D extension. Overall, right, this has been moving bullish. We were looking to play the correction, right? So for our trend traders, this is the daily chart. We found support, monthly support here, 85.62, and we got a reversal. We broke the downtrend line, right? And so it's just been ranging here, and we can see that the stochastic is starting to creep its way back up. So it's just been a pretty tough range for it. If some people are no longer in it, I get it, I understand. But I'm gonna let it play out because it just continues to hover around this 80-20 zone, right? Stochastic is going back into the buy zone, so it's just continued to been a tough one, moving sideways, right, as of late. But we don't have that. We don't have that correction, right? So even if I'm looking to get long, I still would prefer to see this pair move down. Okay, same thing over and over again, right? Want to see it move down and then look for a long continuation. All right, but we're stuck. We're stuck, right? It tested that weekly resistance level at 90.56. Nothing doing, but we're not getting things to move sell side either. So we're getting whipsawed around on that. Any questions on the Aussie CAD? No? Okay. Want to move on and take a look at. I'm gonna take a quick look at this Aussie Swissy, which is kind of stuck in a range too, but we're getting, so you can see here where we are from the daily. Okay, kind of just trapped, right? But as we move down and we take a look at the smaller waves, it's the one primarily I've been looking at on the one. It's looking like the way that price action is moving early, that we're gonna finally get a TP1 here on this Aussie Swiss. It's one big range, right? But he played it off the low and we caught it 80-20 there. Okay, so you can see this bounce off that 58.61 weekly resistance. You can see how it's just been choppy. And that's how a lot of the Aussie pairs have been, right? But we may get that TP1 today, which would be beautiful. That's a low there, support. You can see a struggle there. But if we break through there, we could be heading into to TP1, right? So a smaller play, but you can see that 80-20 trying to play out. And this is just a prime example of how we say, hey, when it hits the zone, we mark it as a trade idea. How it gets to the target, the price action is different on every pair, right? It's different on every pair. Some move fast. Some you get a clean ABCD wave to the downside. Some look like this, right? But as long as it gets to that target, that's what we care about. All right. So that's the Aussie Swiss, still trying to make some progress to the downside. Any questions on the Aussie Swiss?
No, sir.
Ryan, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, bro. I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
Oh man, I'm doing great. Doing great. Can't complain. It's the holidays. Getting in that good holiday spirit.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, if I get one more package to this door though, Ryan.
Man, listen, between
I don't
Target and Amazon, I don't know who's worse, man.
oh taking all my money. Taking all my money. Thank goodness for this trading account. I tell you that.
Exactly.
kind of kind of eases things just a little bit, but I'm just like, are we even on a budget? What is going on? So,
A
you
budget?
know, but I guess I see the aftermath in the new year. I won't look at it until January 2nd. I'm gonna
Exactly.
look at the devastation. They won't even check the mailbox. So we'll see how that goes, man. But anything fundamentally out there that you're keying on.
Not at the moment. I got some catching up to do. I've been on the move this morning, so I
Oh
haven't
no. And
had
yesterday
a chance
too,
to
eh?
look at fundamentals. Yeah, yesterday was more outside the house. I've been working on a couple things on the back end, so
Yep.
yeah, so it's been busy this morning. So I'm still getting caught up on a few things.
Okay. Sounds good. I know you'll get us updated if you hear anything. So
Yes, sir.
cool deal. All right. So it was Christmas on your porch. Yeah, mine's too. Miles too. And all those gifts, I'll probably get a pair of socks and some cologne. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, yeah. Always grateful. So Ozzy, yeah. Ozzy, yeah. Let's take a look at that because got some things setting up here where it is correcting, right? So let's look at the daily. Okay. And so we've been pushing bullish and now we've got this correction back to the downside. Okay. But you can see here, even from the daily, it's trying to push down through some levels. So let's work our way down through the charts because I had one on here that actually it didn't trigger for me. It was short on one time frame, but here we are coming through. So here we are looking at this ASEAN and this overall correction, right? So we see that it's gotten some bullish momentum. Now I'm just focused on this level here. The trend lines got messed up as I squeezed it, but it's okay. So just from the daily time frame, this is where I'm looking at, right? Past resistance becoming future support. Right. So we've got this overall correction moving down. Our 4 hour stochastic is back in the buy zone. So what I want to see is when it comes down to this level, is it going to hold and then we possibly get a correction, you know, um, for that C to D move, right? So something eventually like that, right? Trend line won't be like that by the time it's all said and done, but looking for a price to move down and then see if we get a bounce here, right? For price to continue long on this Aussie yen because we've got a commodity currency rally, right? And Ryan, you spoke about that yesterday, right? Due to the supply chain disruption, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
sir.
Okay. Yep. So we're seeing that bounce. This is your 1 hour look here. So you can see that zone that I've got mapped out. So that's a beautiful B2C reversal. That's pretty clean, right? I don't really play those, but that's pretty clean there. That's the type of swing that you want to happen here too, right? On this ABCD where sometimes how we can get priced just to push up a little bit beyond that B boundary, then it turns over. You've gotten some clean reversal straight off that B boundary on these last two fibs, these last two waves. This is textbook. Okay. Sometimes I just like to look at, the just the beauty of it all, the rhythm, right, of the market. Look at that. Here's our C, there's our D. Look how clean that is, right? Look how clean that is. Moved all the way up, right? So we got a 786 pullback. So our D extension target, hold on, there we go. So you had your D extension target there at your 127 extension. But then we just kept right on accelerating through until we formed that new B high. All right, then it forms again. Look, A, B. And that's what we're looking for. We're trying to find that C. Okay. And that's a potential zone, right, that we can kind of forecast and then a continued move up, you know. Symmetry there, right, with the price action. Let's see if we can get a continuation of that. But that turned over nicely. So if we come down, right, we look through the time frames, okay, very, very nice and clean. And then here is where this is one that it missed on my end here that I was looking at. So we came to the 118. It didn't push up as high as I needed it to, right? But you can see how it was clean on those higher time frames, but on your smaller wave, you did get that push up beyond the B boundary, and then we turned over, right? So just missed where I needed my entry to be, uh, but we turned over, and now we're moving lower. So, any questions on the ASEAN? So let's see if we can get that correction, and if we get evidence of a bullish move back to the upside. No. All righty. Let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. And we can see here, right? We're long. We see that. That's been pushing long. Okay. Against the dollar, we know the dollar's been down and we're pushing along. We're starting the day out long here. So this is the overall swing, right? So we've got an ABCD move. I don't know if on these lower time frames if we're gonna get that correction on the one, but this is your ABCD swing here. All right, look at that. Very, very, very nice move so far. Right, ABCD move. Now on the one, we've got possibility of a correction, but like I say, I don't know. Ryan, what do you think on this? You think we're gonna get this move back down before that 4 hour extension is it?
It's going to be interesting. We got we got some news coming today, right?
We do, right, in the US for the US.
Um, so we might. I'm in that short. I hope it
Hmm.
does.
Hmm.
And maybe it's the retracement for the continuation and a push in those commodity currencies. Um, but I'm looking for that move down. It was a nice bearish push right there out of that consolidation.
Hmm.
So what I'm looking for is just a retest of that consolidation and another push to the downside. So and that
Yes.
news could be the catalyst for us to at least get a retracement on it before continuing to the upside.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, because that D extension is just shy of that daily resistance. Just shy of that daily resistance. So it's that D extension is right around this level. Let me just before it. Just before it. Let me bring that down. This is an odd one there, right? So if it end up pushing, right, that's still within that zone, that stop out zone. So I think we'll get the correction. It's just a matter of whether it does it, a lot sooner or sooner rather than later on that.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plays out. But this is one that I've had my eyes on looking for that correction. And even though I understand what the overall swing is, here's here's another the 15. Like look how clean that was, right? So it's just a matter now is this a correction and then a further move down, right? And that data may impact that today. We'll see. So let's see if we can get that correction on that. But we gotta, like you said, that was a beautiful reaction coming out of the zone, right? We just reversed out and it's pulling back. But look at that consolidation, and then look how the bottom just fell out of it. Right now it's pulling back a bit, so we'll continue to watch it. Any questions on the Aussie dollar?
No, sir.
All right. Uh, I want to take a look at this. Ryan, you saw that Euro NZD. We said it too. We said it's probably going to reverse as soon as it hits that level.
Yep, yep. I was actually just on that chart, and I'm looking to see now like how deep this retracement goes. Right. I saw Reese's post on that trend line break. But if we want a sub fib to the upside, looking to see if we get price to push into that 118, 127 zone on that sub fib on the one.
On the one, yeah, this is that
Yeah.
four that stop out. Like, look at that.
Yeah. But yeah, that reversal came right right at that level,
Yep.
right at the extension.
Because in essence, that's a new B boundary, right?
Yep.
So there it was right there, right off of that level. So what do you say? You say you're fib to the upside
Yep. That fit right there
right
off the
here.
low. Yep. We got a bit of a range right now. I'd love for price to push a bit higher and push really into that zone.
Yeah.
And that'll be off that manual fib just shy of a 382 on that 4 hour. So
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That one. This has been quite the dance.
yeah,
Listen.
yeah,
So we'll see how it goes. I noticed that reaction. Then you said Reese posted that this morning, eh?
yeah,
Appreciate you doing that, Reese. Yeah, so we'll see how that one goes. I want to look at this Euro USD because we were when we were talking about it on Saturday, we were talking about on the 15th. Yep, hold on one second. Let me go back for you. We thinking about on the 15th. Oh, you take off this fib here, off the fib off the top right here, that's down AB boundary. Or you talk about the overall move. Oh, if this holds right here, back for the short. So right there. Yeah. I know you like those deep corrections. That's a deep one too. That would run with this overall narrative to the downside, right? So we pull that out like so. Because this is matter of fact. Let me do this. Just look at the broader picture, right? There's your high and there's your pullback on this. Tap it. So we'll see if that holds, right? So you took that low out, that major low, and now you've got that pullback, right? So when you're identifying that crown, so what we do now is you see if that's going to hold as your high and see if you get that to break down, right? Because we have an overall move, right? If this 15-minute CDD is going to play out, you didn't get a 78.6 pullback, so you're still projecting a D extension on that. See how we got close to that extension, then it reversed out. So the question becomes, do we eventually get price to move down to that target, right? Which kind of goes in line with what we were talking about on that higher time frame that Brian was pointing out. Okay. See if it pushes up a little higher and then breaks down maybe to that extension.
This is actually a fun one to study, bro. Um, because when you look at it, if you run a sub fib off of that C, you had an 80-20 on the reversal, and now you're
Oh,
pushing to the upside.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Here to the
Yeah,
downside.
yeah.
All right. Yep, it swung. It swung. It might have just clipped that D extension
Did it just
by
clip
by
it?
by a maybe a half a pip because it reversed right away back to the
Oh
upside.
wow. Hmm.
Yeah,
I do see that.
yeah, because it reversed right away. But I mean, the overall concept is there, right? Where prices
Yeah,
react at those levels, and then it shot up and took that A out right away. You
yeah.
know, so,
And then
so
so looking at it from a higher time frame down, right? That occurred on the lower time frame, built that reversal. And now we're looking at this smaller wave here. And on the 1 hour time frame, that 118, 127 zone is just above that A on Reese's subfield.
it's a subfield.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see how this plays out as we build this reversal back to the downside.
Yeah, yeah, because it's definitely retesting the backside of that trend line, right?
Yeah.
It's pushing strong. It's pushing strong.
This
So
will be
we'll see.
interesting to see.
Yeah, yeah. Because you definitely have a shift in momentum, right? You know, but sometimes when you get that break of that trend, then that push up like that, it's starting to create, somewhat of a channel. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Fascinating. Fascinating indeed. So that's the Euro NZD. What does this look like on this one? This push up. Yep, it's headed right to where you're saying. So it's trying to do. Here's that high right here that we're seeing on that lower time frame. It's looking like it may take it out. So we'll see how hard it wants to press that trend line on the 15. All right. Euro USD. So if we're getting that type of push from the euro right now, that should be playing into uh this Euro USD swing that we talked about on Saturday moving long. We can see, right? Bullish, that 110 level. Okay. And the ritual we were saying, hey, we've got an ABCD wave. Look at that. It's pushing up. Right? It's pushing up. Pushing up. Okay. Is that a cup and handle? I think my eyes are telling me that's right. That's what that is.
Yep.
Yeah. So I see that. Right. Joy laughing. All
You got
right.
to draw your steam coming up.
That's a that's a that's a cup and handle right there. Where's my drawing tool? Oh, they move stuff around so much. I don't know. Here it is. Freehand drawing now. Freehand. It's not my thing. But all right. Is this the handle that I'm seeing right here? Hold on. Here we gotta forgive me, y'all. I know this is bad. But yeah, got a little handle here. The cup. Right. I say the steam. How do they do that? Like that. So right. 'Tis the season. And that's a better draw. Thanks for that image. We need that after this catastrophe. Here we go. All right, so we're pushing along. We got a 61.8 pullback. We're expecting that D extension. All right. So that's moving, that's moving really nice. This is that 15 that's moving up. Uh-oh. Hold on. All right, so we can see that swing. All right. Beautiful move. I can get my chart. Oh, sorry. I'm still on the drawing tool. That's the problem. Okay. So this is how we had it drawn up. Looking like we're about to get every bit of that 120. Moving to the upside. So that's just your classic C to D swing. Right? That's a Jeremy move right there. ABCD. Okay. Looks different every time, but same. It's taking that same path, right? A, B, C, and D. All right. Jeremy, yes. So that was moving pretty good. So we're gonna look for that one to get to that D extension. Right. And you can see how just older moves that it's playing into, right? You can see the swing, an 80-20 swing off that level that has now just gotten in line with the rest of the time frames. See how that goes? 80-20 swing, took out the A, you flip the fibs. It's going the other way. There's your ABCD move, right? On your 30-minute. Now your lower time frames are starting to fall in line with your higher time frames, right? So you had your down fizz because of the correction that occurred on your higher time frame. Now things are flipping and everything's starting to align with your charts through all your time frames. See? So like if we go here, that's the 15. Your 5 is moving now to the upside. See? Right. Now your 5 is in alignment. So now we're moving in the same direction. Right? Nice and easy. So that's the Euro USD. That one is playing out pretty good. Ryan, you touched on the Euro GBP yesterday. Thank goodness that one is still moving. So we'll take a quick look at that. Right. True example of how patience pays. This is now, right? After that time and waiting, we talked about it, right? Last week. Hey, it's looking like it's pulling back to test consolidation. You guys remember that? And look at that huge bearish candle. It could not push back through consolidation. Buyers came in and pushed that price out. That's a good one to study there. So if you hear, you know, uh I like to trade breakouts. That's a clean breakout there. Right? If you open the textbook of breakouts, this one would be there, right? Chapter 1. Okay. Look at the accumulation. Right? You guys hear that language and that lingo on YouTube all the time, right? Consolidation. The challenges when you're trying to piece everything together on YouTube is trying to design your trade strategy, and plan around those things. Like, okay, I understand this concept of breakouts and consolidation, but when and where do I look for them? You know, I can identify, but how can I turn it into a consistent strategy? Well, if you could find consistent U-turn points and things like that. So the way we teach it here is that we look for all of those things: candlestick formations, trend line breaks, consolidation breakouts. We look for those in our sweet spots, right? And we use those patterns like we saw cup and handle, right? On the Euro USD. Now we see, a consolidation and a breakout, right? And so we look for those type of patterns, crowns, head and shoulders. You hear about all these things, but how do you pull them together to make it make sense so that you can get consistent? Well, we look for those patterns to form in our sweet spot zones. Everybody follow me on that? Drop me a big one in the chat. Okay, it's a little nugget there. We're going to look for those so that way we're not all over the place. Because if you look hard enough, you find things everywhere, right? Everything starts to look good, but you have to have filters, right, to become consistent. So where am I going to look for those? Where am I going to look for that bullish engulfing candle, that morning star, that evening star, that piercing line, right? That tweezer tops, tweezer bottoms. I'm going to look for in my sweet spots that I like to trade my reversals, Okay. And you can see this is where you got it. Okay. Clean break and consolidation, a retest, strong test, right? But the Bulls came in and we started pushing an ABCD waves. Okay. So here, right, this is Euro GBP. This is this overall move. You can see where this is just a mess, right? So when you get it, when you see messes like this moving across the middle of your screen, right? So it's not moving necessarily like here, you had a move in what we like to call the bottom left corner moving to your top right, or when you have a downtrend moving from your top left corner down to your bottom right. Here, we're just moving through the middle of our screen, right? With the price action. So when you look at things visually, when you talk about your spatial intelligence and things like that, and being able to see the price action, right? Because we always say, right, the best indicator is going to be your own eyes once they're well trained. Why? Because your eyes are going to see everything in real time, while 99.9%, 999% of your indicators are lagging, right? Your eyes operate in real time. So when you see things moving, this is horizontally across my screen, right? This is a large range. So what do? I look at things horizontally, support and resistance. You can see how this held support. That's why we do top-down analysis, right? Because on your lower time frame, this looks like what? We came into support, right? Follow me closely here because this is how you can really make your trading life real easy, right? So if I'm at my daily and I'm coming into this higher time frame support, you got a daily level there, you got a monthly level, which that together, right? We know support and resistance is never just a line, it's a zone. We draw it as lines just to keep our charts clean, right? But we're coming in here to this level, and you can see price held. Well, in your lower time frame, that looks like what? That looks like a trend line break in the market making ABCD waves, right? So that is your down ABCD waves that led you right into your 80-20 on the lower time frame. So that's when you get, good top-down analysis and higher time frame confirmation. This is why, so those of you who may be new, this is why it's important to us to do a top-down analysis and bring your higher time frame levels down, right? Because what you did here is you had those ABCD waves, right? That we talked about last week, right? That's what that looks like on that lower time frame, lower lows and lower highs. And we came right into that 80-20. And then we reversed out, right? Price stalled, it stalled, right? And then the bulls took over, right? So this is what we were looking at on that lower time frame. You had a range and you had a breakout and a retest. Okay. Questions on that Euro GDP?
No, sir.
All right. Uh this
And said, can you drop lower, bro? What time frame looking at?
oh, okay. Let me go back to it. 15. Okay. 15 to 5. The 1 minute. Hold on now, yeah. Hold on. Hold on. 15. All right. So you can see, right? On your 15, that's exactly what it just drew up on the daily, right? And then look at your swing. Okay. So now we're moving up. We just coming to the low and start finding where the fibs are to the upside. Where are we? Right? That's where we are on your 15. I need to clean this chart up. Yeah, let me just zero this out right now. Okay. So this is what we're looking like on the 15 right now. So you got a 382 and you got a push up. And so this is your 15. Okay. Take it down to your 5. That's your 5. This is old stuff here. So you got a 50% pullback there. So you projected the extension is there off of a 5-minute move. Okay. So that's moving long. And then we'll take a look at the 1 minute, which I'm gonna add. I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna add a chart. And the LGBP. We'll take a look at a 1-minute chart. Doing this for the sake of time. Just gonna put the smart analytics on it. You got a 382. Just running it off this low. Like so. And that's your 1 minute. All right. That's that. Any you have questions on that, Ann, or you just wanted to see what the waves look like? You're welcome. Just to see. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So there we are. We got a 382 pull back there on your 1-minute chart. All right. That's the Euro GBP. Ryan, this Euro yen. Let me know your your thoughts on this one because I I have it drawn up short. I've been riding this one short. Now I was playing around in this zone, right? Because I'm still off this 80-20 here that's been moving down, right? We got this pull back into the zone. What do you think on this? The yen seem to be bouncing back and forth.
So here's the thing. I um that move back down I like, but I think we could get another push to the upside still through the through the end of the month, bro. Um I I see what you're saying that wick was kind of wacky and then it's pulling back. Um yeah, I overall I'm short, but I'm looking to see if we get another push to the upside. Um, Potentially coming back to like 158, 889.
Okay. So right. So
So a little
right
bit
below that
deeper in that
159. Yeah.
zone. Yeah. Um, Before we get another move down. So that's I'm sitting patiently on this one. I haven't
Mhm.
re-entered my short yet. Because that the rhetoric out of the Bank of Japan with that rate statement,
Yep.
it it was very direct,
It
right?
was.
And I we know how they like to talk the market in the direction they want it to go. And I think that was them saying, hey, slow down. And I think the market's response to this is going to push it to the upside because I don't think they'll leading up to that rate statement, they kind of were giving hints. I don't know if they're going to give any more hints.
I don't think so either. And they've got meeting minutes coming out from their monetary policy meeting at 6:50 today.
Say that one more
So
time.
they've got you see these monetary policy meeting minutes
Ah, okay. Yep.
coming out today too. 'Cause I thought they were pretty steadfast too. I agree with you 100% on that, but I'm interested to see if anybody gains any type of insight when those meeting minutes come out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to
Uh,
see what those reveal.
yeah, but I thought they were pretty firm too. So we'll see. So then we focus on the euro, right? And what's going on
Yeah.
with that eurozone. So we'll see. But that's how I have it right now.
And that makes
Uh,
sense.
yeah, just riding off of that 80/20, right?
Hmm.
And then this is what it's looking like on the daily, but it reversed right out of that zone that you called a while ago. And it had been moving down ever since. And now we've got this correction. So we'll see. I mean,
Hey,
we close
Dennis,
out the yes, ma'am.
can you put the cloud on the four?
Yes, I sure can. I sure can. This daily here, right? We close out the day lower. That's gonna be a confirmation of a swing high, right? In that zone.
Yeah.
Uh
Yeah.
so let me drop this cloud on the four. Yeah. So we got a break.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hold on, everybody. Hold on one second. Hey, sorry about that, everybody. So yeah. So it could go either way, right? That's just confirmation that it could go either way. So we'll see, right? Because with a with a with a deep with a deep with a deep correction, 618786, you always run a chance of a cloud break, right? So we'll see. We'll see. And the cloud is golden. It is. It is. Any other questions on that? Joy, what are you thinking?
I was thinking long, up to around where that area is that Ryan spoke of because of the gap, to close in that gap before
Uh-huh.
coming back down. That was on the
Okay.
daily.
Okay. Okay. So we'll see. We'll see. It's been a profitable trade to the downside, but maybe that's coming to an end.
Because
What?
wouldn't that? I
Oh,
mean, because wouldn't that confirm for? I mean, I wanted to go up into that high spot for it to come back down. That's what I selfishly want. Um, but I
mhm.
didn't know whether or not Euro had enough steam for it. But this was a
Yeah.
mistake. I wasn't even supposed to be in here, and then I started analyzing it. So I was supposed to be at Isha.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The Euro Swissy. Euro Swissy. We'll take a look at that one too, because that one hit target. But yeah. So that's where we are. There is kind of doing a dance. We'll keep an eye on that one as we close out the year, moving into January. I we'll see how the technicals of the fundamentals line up because, like Ryan said, they're pretty stone cold. So you would imagine things moving long against this yen eventually over a longer term, but I don't know. So we'll just leave it there. But it was a monster move to the downside, right? It was over 500 some pips through TP2, so we know we went well, beyond that, and actually took out the A on this previous 80-20. So that's that. Speaking of the Euro Swissy. All right, we hit that target one. Took a little time, but we got there, right? So we noticed that bullish engulfing right off that level, broke trend line, and it moved up, and we got target one, right? 122 pips or so, and now it's moving back down. So that one worked out fairly well on that. Any questions on the Euro Swissy? I do not have Ethereum up, and we're right at 730, but I can draw it up for you. I've got Bitcoin on here, but I haven't had Ethereum on there for a while. But I'll draw it up for the session tomorrow. Um, Take a quick look at this Bitcoin. Notice cryptos are starting to move. Is that Ron coming in here? What is that?
I was about to ask that.
That's a what's going on? That's a gotta be that's a Florida area code. What's going on, Ron? uh, there it is right there.
What's
How
going
you
on,
doing,
guys?
Ron? What's going that is Ron. What's
My
going
man.
on?
Yeah, did the prodigal son came back home?
Welcome back,
Good to
man.
hear your voice, man.
Glad to have you back. Glad to have you back on here. For sure. Indeed. Hope all is well. Happy holidays to you and your
Everything's
family. And that's good. And happy holidays to everybody else too. No matter what you celebrate. Happy holidays to you. We appreciate you all being a part of the Forex trade room and the Inner Circle family. We're gonna wrap it up. This is Bitcoin. Here we're coming right back into this 80-20 zone on Bitcoin. We'll see if we get a correction in that, but it's been rocking and rolling pretty good. And I will draw happy holidays, Donette. I will draw that Ethereum up for you, maybe some Ripple stuff like that. So I'll be more, definitely more into cryptos the more and more they regulate it. So we won't keep getting hit with the pump and dumps. But that's that. Ryan, what you got before we wrap up?
Good people. I we're getting close to wrapping up the year. We'll have some updates for you guys on the schedule for next week and the end of the year coming soon. And we'll have some other updates for you guys as well on the things that we've been working on. So keep being diligent, man. We greatly appreciate you guys being a part of this family. We greatly appreciate you guys showing up every morning, Monday through Saturday, putting in the work. And we're excited about the growth that you've already seen. And we're even more excited about what's to come in 2024. So we greatly appreciate you guys, man. Great session this morning, man.
Appreciate it. Everybody, have a great day. We didn't get a chance to take a look at some of the pairs that you guys wanted to. We got into some good discussions, but I'll make sure we leave time for that tomorrow. Matter of fact, we'll start off tomorrow with just that. So everybody, have a great rest of your day. See you tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the pre-New York session.